All right, y'all. As always, we are back with a very bullish Toshi video. In this one, we're going to be going over some information from BlackRock, some other billionaires and things like that. So we're going to be focusing a lot on the fundamentals of what's happening in the overall crypto space and how bullish it is. And also there's an extreme amount of focus on Bitcoin lately. Now, the reason that everyone's focusing on Bitcoin is to keep you distracted. What's really important to be focused on at this point in time, especially as an investor, is the infrastructure. You want to be focused on things that actually is required for the system to keep running and keep functioning. The things that does something, like how, like where are they building the payment rails? Where are they trying to onboard people to? Where are the things that actually do something? That is the type of stuff that you need to be focused on as an investor. You like something like Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is cool and all, but it's really just a glorified meme coin. So you really have to learn the game. Now that all of these companies and all these billionaires and trillionaires are starting to focus on Bitcoin and talk about Bitcoin, understand it's still a big distraction. So when they were calling it a scam, it was to distract you. Now that they're co-signing it, it's to distract you. Like, don't focus on what they say, focus on what they're doing. So while they sit here and parade Bitcoin around in front of everybody, what they're doing is focusing on the infrastructure. And if you want more details on all of this that I'll talk about, I've posted like 6 articles recently over on my inner circle down below in the description. So go check it out. Join the inner circle, and you'll be able to get in-depth breakdowns of everything that I'm seeing, everything that I'm watching. I also just put a potential 2000x play in there as well, like something that I'm in that I believe really has potential to 2000x because it's getting in very early. And when I say like a couple $100,000 market cap early, I mean 2000x potential, seriously. So yeah, so it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of value that goes on. A lot of stuff happens there. So yeah, I just dropped that recently with the whole breakdown and everything, supporting it and stuff like that as well. It's not some random BS project. This is a project that has some strong fundamentals, but obviously anything at that market cap, it does not mean that it's definitely going to go to plan. So you have to be willing to take a risk and lose if you invest in something with that low of a market cap. However, with its positioning, with what it's doing, with all the products that's already been built and things like that, you know, I take that bet. So yeah, that being said, let's jump into it, y'all. So let's actually dive into a lot of the information that's coming out that's showing more strength coming towards Toshi, coming towards the base chain and things like that. Mass adoption is happening. It's happening slowly. The system is slowly being built right before our eyes. So yeah, check it out. $1.5 billion wisdom tree chief economist says live on CNBC that Bitcoin could replace dollars. So I already told you all that this is the whole goal of crypto, and they want everybody on board.
Signing of the Genius Act, whether you believe it is a watershed moment for the crypto industry, and whether you think there are additional catalysts that the industry will be watching for.
Yeah, it's certainly very important. What is interesting is actually Bitcoin itself is a threat to the dollar as a reserve currency. I didn't think the BRICS, which he mentioned, them getting together, was really any threat at all. But Bitcoin actually has the chance to replace dollars and euros to some extent. So
I actually like to see an older guy who actually gets it, who's actually catching on, who actually knows what's happening right now. That's pretty dope. The fact that he's understanding the importance of Bitcoin, but the fact that it's getting to the point where the old guys understand what Bitcoin is, that's how you know we're getting to that point where you're kind of getting too late. Like everyone is starting to know and everyone is starting to understand. It's starting to become obvious. So that's why you look for the opportunity, you look for the infrastructure, you look for the parts of the system that has not been built. Bitcoin has already run its course in terms of the hype and stuff that surrounds it. It's going to just behave like any other asset now, in my opinion. After the explosion, this bull run is going to behave like any other asset. I think this bull run is going to set the stage for people to understand what's possible with Bitcoin and at the point where it's not going to come as a surprise anymore. Nothing else really change. Like, people are going to know Bitcoin is here to stay, and Bitcoin is going to be the currency of the world. So, like, once people know this, then it's just a matter of it's just a matter of finding the infrastructure plays that's really going to make you all the money that you are looking for. So yeah, anyway.
So in some ways, there's two things. Now, I love the tethered dollar part of this bill. There's a lot of good things about this bill, and he's perfectly right. I mean, the financial industry has been in a like a frozen state for 40 years. Transfers across nations, across time zones, et cetera, are just way too costly and way too slow. And this has an ability to really speed it up. I think this whole question of whether the Fed should do it, I really think the Fed should encourage the commercial banking system to invest.
All right, y'all. So yeah, hearing that from a chief economist at $1.5 billion firm is huge validation. And I mean, it's becoming obvious to everyone at this point, y'all, but let's continue. Check it out. $12.5 trillion BlackRock CEO says they consulted Michael Saylor when Bitcoin was at the bottom of the bear market. Let's hear what he had to say.
And we used to bring in all these different people who were big believers in it, like Michael Saylor from MicroStrategies. I mean, Michael came to our office when the stock was in the teens, but he was a huge believer in it, transformed his company. I mean, I could just say all these different people came in and talked. And then we became, we became a leader in working with the SEC and in trying to move forward in this. And fast forward now, a little more than 18 months when we first started creating a Bitcoin ETF. Today, IBIT is $86 billion. And we used to bring in all these different people.
Yeah, so, I mean, look at how fast BlackRock is moving throughout this industry. But that's what you can do when you have access to as much capital as them. So it's no surprise that they're in a spot where they're completely dominating. So, yeah, but let's continue. It keeps going.
We're not buying Bitcoin in the open market quite yet. But my suspicion is that'll happen when there's enough pressure externally, meaning once the US government recognizes that others are taking action before them, that'll probably catalyze additional action in the future. Predicting that is sort of a fool's errand, in my opinion. It's like really hard to get that correct. But what I am confident in saying is when Bitcoin is $1 million a coin, which I think is coming by, even though it seems unlikely right now, given the current price action, I think it's still coming by, let's say, 2033 or so in that time frame. So within the next 10 years, I think.
Yeah, he thinks it's coming within the next 10 years. I think that is coming very much quicker than that, in my opinion. It's going to happen way faster than 10 years.
By the time
it's going to happen faster than people can really fathom and really understand. Because it's like people know, a digital monetary system where everything in the world is coming on board, but people don't really understand what that means right now. Like, people don't really get it, but they will.
Time that happens, almost every government will have some direct or indirect exposure to the asset, and it will be viewed as a common, strategic reserve type of asset across the world. So,
can you expand on that a little more? Like, what market cap do you see Bitcoin reaching, and what role will it play within the global financial system?
I mean, I think it could reach 50 or 100 trillion, and what's it at right now? 2 trillion.
Two-ish, yeah. Over what time frame?
Over the next 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, but that's very bullish. Like that's a very bullish thing. But I think that once these rails are in place, things are gonna move much faster than you believe that they can possibly go. I think that big money has to put themselves in position first. Like, they have to be in the position to win. That's all that's important. Us, everybody else, don't matter. Once they're in position, they're gonna expedite the speed of this. Like, because this is about more than just Bitcoin and things like that. It's about surveillance, control, power, and a whole lot of other stuff that needs to be expedited and put into place very, very fast. So, yeah, it's much deeper, and this is why that's going to happen fast. And obviously, people are going to be excited as if it's a great thing before the pain comes from this. So, yeah, it's about getting yourself in position right now while you can. Check it out. Nasdaq just reclassified BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF into the same tier as Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, SPY, and QQQ. Options limits exploding 40x from 25,000 to 1 million contracts. This is the moment Bitcoin graduates from ETF phase to full derivatives driven price discovery. Mega cap status confirmed. So, yeah, more news, more major news. Everyone knows what's going on with Bitcoin at this point in time. Bitcoin is making waves in every headline. It's all over the place now. And that's a very, very big deal. That is a huge deal. The fact that Bitcoin is making waves and making every headline now, that's massive. But it also means it lets you know that there's a reason why this is happening. That like somebody's agenda, it's within somebody's agenda for this to be happening right now. It's benefiting someone for that to be happening. But yeah, on to the next one. CZ just dropped a bomb. He says Bitcoin will hit $500,000 to $1 million this cycle. So as you can see, I mean, the founder of Bitcoin, he's kind of on the same wave as me, where it's like, oh, we're going to see something crazy this time around. But I highly doubt this is, I mean, 100 million is crazy. Oh wait, no, 100 million. Yeah, no, I mean, a million. Yeah, a million this cycle. I don't think that's off the table. I don't believe that's off the table, actually. It's definitely possible with the super cycle that I feel like we're about to come across this time around. And yeah, I don't think I think this is unlike anything we've ever seen before. So as this play out, more people will start to understand why. But people are thinking within the scope of people. It's very simple, man. Like never before in history has all countries been aboard playing the exact same game together, and all the assets of all countries, like everything is unified. That means all money is coming together to raise up the same assets. So not just the full force of America behind these cryptos, the full force of the entire planet. Like let that register and let that sink in. So people are sitting here trying to explain why Bitcoin is going to follow and the same thing that happened back then. It was just a bunch of random kids and it was taboo and all this stuff. Like them trying to explain why the same thing is going to happen as that happened back there. That's why it's illogical to me, because it doesn't make sense that that's what's going to happen when we have the full force of the capital of every continent on the earth. Like, come on now, like everybody's jumping on board this. This is going to be a unified system. All that money is going to raise all the tides everywhere. So yeah, keep that in mind. Check it out. Then we have some Toshi specific news right now. The rocket is freaking fueled. To be honest, Toshi can do 2x in every moment. Look at this, the strongest support level, twice before we already jumped from it. In addition, now we can already see Toshi bulls and whales are buying at the level. Are you still bearish? As you can see, Toshi has touched this point where you can't see it, but Toshi has touched the bottom line, like right here. Toshi has touched this line 3 times already. It has been in that zone 3 times already. It was in the zone right here. It was in the zone right here. And now it's back in that zone. And every time, like when it's in this zone, it shoots up and does something crazy. In the zone again, it starts, and that's the start of it shooting up. Now it's in the zone again. And if it follows that last trend, it's going to shoot up again. So this is the start of Toshi's ascension. So yeah, that's bullish as always. Toshi is still one of my top holds. It won't take much to get it back to the uptrend line. Everything pulled back. Toshi was not an exception, but Toshi is one of the ones that will come back stronger and hit billions. First base meme getting listed on Coinbase, I bought the dip. Yeah, I mean, buying a dip is the smartest thing to do. But yeah, like Toshi followed the market, got taken down here. That's just what happens. But we're going to get back on the trend line. And when we're back on the trend line, that's when things really get interesting, because the game is loading up for some big moves, some major moves here. I'm still hoping for a retracement. I'm hoping that we, maybe double bottom or something before going back up. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Check it out. cup and handle on the 1 hour? I hope not. He said, please. So yeah, this is a bullish symbol that this is going to blow up. So yeah, he was hoping for that, and this was actually posted yesterday. Well, yeah, like I'm making this video right now. It's like 2 a.m. So yeah, this was posted yesterday, and yeah, he was seeing that this could be a cup and handle pattern. I don't think that we blew up or anything, so it probably did not turn out to be. No, yeah, we're still chilling down here. So yeah, that being said, that did not play out, I don't believe, but I also don't know how. What time frame is this? That's the 1 hour. Nah, it probably would have started to play out by now if that was the case. So yeah. Now, last but not least, Toshi has been in an upward run since day one. Only higher highs, higher lows, consistently ranging upward. If you identify its lower and upper range, you'll immediately see what's next, where the next target sits. As per my observation, he thinks we're hitting a $5 billion market cap position wisely. So he's banking on a $5 billion market cap. I think that we go significantly higher than that personally, but that's just my own personal opinion based on the things that I'm seeing, all of the fundamentals and stuff like that. So yeah, there we have it, man. That's the video. Let me know what you all think, and let me know how you all feel in the comment section down below about everything. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.